All right, all right, all right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Misfit Corner Scams. This is the Arsenal's Andrew speaking, and just making sure the audio is coming through. We are live. How's everybody doing this evening? Hope everybody out there is having a great weekend. It hasn't been too bad down here. We're getting a little bit of the chilly weather, as you can see. I've got my sweater on. Not that I need it, but it feels just a little bit more comfortable with it on. So, I hope everybody out there is doing great. Let's just check in and see who's here. Hitomi chimed in first and said, Good morning, Drew and everyone. Just wanted to say hi to everyone before I go to work. Have a wonderful weekend. You too as well, my friend. Tim says, good evening from cold Western Kentucky. And he says he'll be standing by. Manuel, of course, is in the house. How is my good friend there? Says hello, everybody. And good evening to my friend Tim. Tim says, hey to Manuel. And he says, good morning to Hitomi. Sarah's in the house. Sarah says, good evening, everyone, from cold 30-degree Connecticut. Oh, my goodness. Actually, I think my mother-in-law told me we were supposed to get down into the 29s last night. I don't know if it actually happened or not. Tonight, we're supposed to get down into the low 40s. That's still not that bad. That's still okay. Screwing with Scammers is in the house. Says hello to everyone. Welcome, good sir. Welcome, welcome. Manuel says hey to Sarah. Sarah says, I hope everyone had a good week. I'll tell you guys a little bit about my adventures this week, but it all ended up being good in the long run. Manuel says hey to Screwing with Scammers. Sarah says happy Saturday to Manuel. Boomer's in the house. Absolutely. Welcome, my friend. Manuel says, I'm doing good Saturday night watching college football. Excellent, excellent. Oh, Avery's here. Let me bring him in. What's up, man? How the heck are you? Avery?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Okay. Hey, how you doing?
Doing all right.
Oh, you know whose birthday was today?
No.
My son-in-law.
Oh, okay.
Not that it's important or anything, just,
Well,
I just pointed out.
He's not my son-in-law, so
no,
it doesn't.
He's mine. He's mine.
Yeah. It doesn't register for me.
I know, but he's a good kid, and you know him, so
I've met him.
Mentioning it. Briefly, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
I'm all right.
All right, what you playing tonight?
Right now, nothing.
Oh, you're not pirating right now?
No, not. I can't do that and this at the same time.
Oh, okay.
You have to be able to You have to be able to communicate in that game.
Okay. Is it community gaming, or can you go and do stuff by yourself? Or is it more fun to community game?
You can, but you can't do everything in a solo world.
Okay.
Everything's not there. It's more fun with other people, but you also run the risk of running into other people. Last night, that was us.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
We sank somebody else. We caught them not paying attention, and we sank someone else and took their stuff.
Well, very good.
Yeah.
That's what the game's about, right?
Yeah. It's Sea of Thieves, not Sea of Best Friends.
That's right. Very good. Okay, I'm going to go back to the chat, see who else is here. Christina is in the house. She says hello to everyone. Jim R. is here, says evening and happy Saturday evening. Welcome. Brenda's here. Hey, Brenda. Says, hey, happy holidays to everyone from Puerto Rico. Fantastic. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Let's see here. Aaron's in the house, says hello to everyone. Welcome, my friend. Ronald's here. Ronald says, hello, my friend. Welcome. Oh, you missed it last week, Avery. We had some people come in spamming and kept asking me to show my personal private parts on stream. And I'm like, I don't think this is a regular who pays attention and watches this show. They're
no. That's weird.
Yeah, it is. Why would they want that,
Nobody wants that.
2000 only my OnlyFans do. So 2008 Amp One says hello, all from New England. Welcome. I bet you it's a little chilly up there. I bet. Let's see who else is in here. Oh, Ronald says hello from Michigan. Very nice. Very good. Hey, by the way, how cold is it up there in your area, your neck of the woods?
I don't know. I haven't been outside today.
Okay, well, that's probably a good thing.
It's
Ah.
chilly, but
Yeah. Now I think we got down into the 30s last night. We're going to get down to the 40s tonight. So
yeah, I think it says it's 58 here now.
yeah, okay. 58's not bad. 58's actually kind of nice.
The temperature between here and Jack's isn't radically different.
Yeah, that is true. Dave's in the house. Dave says hello to Drew and Avery. Welcome.
Hello.
All right. Well, so drama that happened this week. Actually, it happened last week. Friday, my mother-in-law got the electric bill, which is the electric and water, and the water portion of the bill was over $400. That's a lot of water. Well, turns out we had to call in an expert, found out we had a slab leak, and the best choice for fixing the problem was to repipe the entire house. So that's what we did this week is we had the guys out to repipe. I'm amazed at how quickly they do that.
Yeah.
I mean, water to all portions of the house, and they do it in a day. Well, they did have to come back a second day because there was some additional stuff we wanted them to do in the kitchen because our garbage disposal broke, and I'd been waiting to work on it myself. And we said, hey, any chance you guys could do that? And they were like, yeah, of course, we're plumbers. We can do a garbage disposal. So they came back and wrapped that up, and wonderful. Got it all taken care of. And yeah, that was our drama this week.
Cool. Yeah, since you're already having all that done, and that needs to be done too, rather than more on you, just be like, well, what's another couple of bucks on that?
Well,
on a bill like that, it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, well, what's funny is the cost for them to do the garbage disposal was offset by the senior good neighbor discount that they gave. So
okay, perfect.
Well, that worked. So in other words, I got it done for free. Not really. I saw the bill. So
yeah.
But needless to say, that was our drama for the week, and we're glad it's done. And the website, the electric/water provider website, showed we were at one point using 3,600 gallons of water a day.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot of water.
That's a lot of water leaking, man.
It's a lot of water. Yeah. So, and actually it started in October, but it was a lot less. But in November, like around November 20th, right before the holiday, it spiked. So something broke and went crazy.
That's also when it first started to turn cold, isn't it?
Just about, yeah. In the evening. We didn't feel it during the day because it was actually kind of nice during the day. But yeah, It got
something broke. Something finished breaking.
Yep. But it's fixed and it's wonderful. All right, I'm going to go back through and see who else came in. Just Me is here. Just Me says, I've had a lot of fun with scammers this week. I think one might need hearing aids after encounter. Okay. Have you guys noticed a shift in the type of calls you're getting? I literally got 3 cable provider calls on Thursday, like 2 to the house and 1 to my cell phone. And it's like, okay, now they're ditching Medicare and they're moving on to other scams. And the cable provider one is one that's starting back up again. And I'm like, I love those because you can drag those out for a while because they have to explain to you how they're going to take advantage of you. And then they have to explain to you how you're going to pay for it. And there's a lot of keeping them busy on the phones. It's not a really quick thing, It's not a really quick like, hey, are you old enough to get this? No, you're not? Okay, click. They're not going to waste time with you. But it's great. I love the fact that they're still calling. Wonderful. 2008 says, yes, chilly, and we got 7 inches of snow several days ago. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm sorry. You guys can keep the snow. We don't want it down here.
Yeah.
Sarah says, Manuel, what team are you watching? Screwing with Scammer says, I had a scam call me ma'am again, so I went with it. I created a new character on the spot. Anita Oblivious. Oh, very good. Manuel says, hey to Justice. Jim says, sorry I missed last week's stream. I was traveling from Pennsylvania by Trailways to New Jersey, 5-hour ride. Trailways, I'm assuming that's a train. I've never been on a train before. I've never been on I've been on a train, but never a train that was moving. I've never traveled by way of train. And my wife we were talking about a trip somewhere, and the possibility of a train was brought up, and it kind of was a little exciting. But then I found out that it takes so much longer to go by train. I mean, bus takes forever too, but trains are even slower, I guess. So
the train is something as if you can afford like one of those trips where it's a long trip,
right?
And you've got like the private car where it's like a little hotel room. That can be something that I think would be fun if you've just got time and money.
Goodness gracious, who's calling? Oh my goodness, hold on.
Oh, it's a scammer.
Hello?
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 I don't know who's there.
Nobody's there so far.
Okay, well, I'm going to hang up.
Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep.
Bye.
All right, bye. That was my mother-in-law.
Oh.
Nope, nobody's there. All right. It said Fernandina Beach, which is weird. I was really getting excited. I never get scam calls during the live stream. I was getting excited, guys.
Yeah, they usually stop by now. They stop around just after dinner.
For me, around 8 o'clock is I don't know when we get anything after 8 o'clock. So.
Yeah, it's usually around 6 or so. They completely stop.
Yeah. Plus, it's Saturday. Usually, I don't. Wow, that would have been great if it was actually a scam call, but
yeah.
Sorry, guys. That's all right.
Got your hopes up.
Got my hopes up. Yep. Let's see what else is going on here. Manuel says he's watching Georgia and Texas. Okay. Dave says, hey to Screwing with Scammers. Boomer says, I saw that post screwing. Say hi to the missus. Christina says, can you get any kind of credit on your water bill? Well, that's one of the things we actually talked to the company and asked them about it. And you can get a credit on your sewage, because you're not the way they charge you for the amount of water you use, and then they charge you sewage based on how much you use, whether it actually goes through the pipes or not. But if you have to get the work done, fixed, and then you have to provide them a receipt, which we have, and then they can give you a credit based on the amount of sewage you end up. I think the sewage bill was like $140, which that's crazy. Usually it's like $10, So we're gonna see. But yeah, hopefully, like if you're filling up your swimming pool, if you had a swimming pool, you get charged for the water you use, but then they charge you for the sewage. But if you notify them that you're filling up a swimming pool, they don't charge you for the sewage because the water that you were using wasn't going through the sewer system. Does that make sense? Some ways it does, but yeah. So that's what'll end up happening. Tim says, I finished a hallway remodel this week. Well, fantastic. One of the things that they had said, there's two options. The cheaper option is for them to tear up the slab, find the leak, and fix it. But my father-in-law, when he bought this house, completely pulled up all the carpet, everything, and he tiled the entire house. And in several places, like in the main common areas, it's a very intricate, very pretty tile work. And my mother-in-law was like, no, nobody's tearing up this tile. It's not happening. We would rather pay how many other extra dollars it costs to do a repiping than tear up this floor, because they don't fix whatever they tear up. They don't fix it. So she was like, nope, you're not going to tear up what her husband did. And so
yeah, I understand that.
Yep. Dave says SWS Harry Brown. Sarah says, Manuel, my son wants to know, are you rooting for Penn State or Oregon? Good question. Tim says, now I have to rehang pictures. Oh boy. Well, that's part of doing a job like that. Redoing the hallway. Manuel says, cold weather in Louisiana, 51. 51's not bad. 51's not bad at all. Jim says, got 2 Medicare calls this week. They told me open enrollment is open until February 2025. I think there are things you can do into the next year, but the deadline for the Medicare enrollment is tonight. I went ahead and went online to just double check the person who has Medicare in this house, her standing, and made sure that if she does absolutely nothing, her plan that she's currently on will continue. And that's honestly the best option for us. Just keep on keeping on, you know. But tonight's the night. If anybody out there has Medicare to change or modify your plan, tonight's like the final time. I mean, you can still probably make changes afterwards. It just may not go into effect the first of the year. I think that's part of it. So if anybody out there has Medicare, make sure you pick your plan tonight. Christina says, watch out for sinkholes. Oh, yeah. Well, there's a large retention pond in the backyard right behind us. So if water is coming underneath the house, most likely it's getting sucked into the ground and out into the retention area. I don't think it's gonna build up underneath the house. So that's, yeah, we're not too worried about that. Boomer says, hi, just me. Ronald says, love it. Ronald says, me too. Screwing with Scammer says, this week we had our garage door break and the entire door had to be replaced. That's a horrible job. Did I ever tell you guys about my father-in-law having to replace the garage door at his house, this house here, and what happened to it? Avery, did I ever tell you the story of what happened to it? Pretty sure I have.
I don't know.
When I drove into it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that story about... This was back when I was dating my wife. She was home alone, and I came over to visit her, and she got me so excited to visit with her, to see her, that I literally pulled into the driveway, and I'm in the car. I unbuckled the seatbelt. I opened the door, and I stepped out of the car. But I skipped a couple of steps. I never turned the car off, and I never put it in park. I literally stepped out of the car while it was still running and still in drive. And the car went forward into the garage door and dented in the garage door. This woman had me so crazy for her that I literally got out of a moving car because I was excited about going to see her. And yeah, my father-in-law came home from a deployment he was on, saw the garage door, didn't ask what happened, just said it's got to be replaced, and replaced it. I told him years later what happened, and he kind of figured I was involved.
Yeah.
Just having to replace the screen windows to her bedroom. He knew I was involved in going in and out of that. So
yeah.
Thank God she loved me. Otherwise, I don't know where I'd be. But scammers, screwing with scammers, I understand completely. Manuel says Sarah Penn versus Oregon starts at 7 p.m. Okay. Ronald says, I got the cable calls. Okay, so I'm not the only one. Very good. Jim says, Medicare open enrollment closes today. That's right. Sarah says, oh, it's already on here. Okay. Oh, that's because 7 o'clock his time is 8 o'clock our time. So if it started at 7, then it's on now. Oh, it's the Costanzas here. Would the scammers lose in a snowball fight? Oh, I bet they would. I don't even think they know what a snowball is. Justin's here, says lots of calls. Lots of calls, over 25 a day. That's a lot of calls. Ronald says bus. Oh, he's saying Trailways is a bus. Okay, gotcha. Boomer says bus, Drew. Okay. See, that's what happens. I got to catch up on the chat.
Yeah.
Manuel says, hey, Dustin, happy Saturday. Christina says bus like Greyhound. Oh, okay. Tim says that's a bus line like Greyhound. Okay. Trailways is okay. Everybody's saying the same thing. So, screwing with scammer, or just me says screwing with scammers. Are you also Yuri? Ronald says Tran is nice. Okay. I've never taken the bus either. So Screwing with Scammers says to just me, yes. Dustin says my latest was 8:45. Manuel says Screwing with Scammers, awesome video. Boomer says Screwing, where do you pick up on the new addresses that you tell them where you live? Screwing with Scammers says West Coast and Scammers stop around 5:30 to 6 p.m. Okay. Just Me says love your channel to Screwing with Scammers. Ronald says East Coast 7 p.m. Lydia's here. Hey, Lydia says, I've been getting calls at 7 a.m. like this morning and lately calling me as late as 10 p.m. Central Time. Oh, wow. Now, I have gotten a call or two like around 8:15, which is unusual, which is completely unusual. Usually what happens is I'll be laying in bed and I'll look over at the clock. And if it's getting anywhere close to 9 o'clock, usually I'm up by 7. But if I'm still in bed, like looking at the clock, I've got to get up because my phone's going to start ringing at 9. The house phone will start ringing. My cell phones will start ringing. So I have to be up and ready to go before they start calling. Otherwise, they'll wake up the whole house, and they normally do. B. Bernie B says, hi, Drew and Avery in chat. Welcome. Manuel says, hello to Lydia, and hello to B. Bernie B. Jim says, hey to B. Bernie B. Tim says, sewer here is double the water bill. I have a septic tank system in my house. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, our sewer is usually about a quarter of what the water is. It's a lot less, but it can get up there if it's high. Screwing with Scammers says, Manuel, the Oneida video was so much fun to do. Tarkorf's here and says, I got 2 calls after 9 p.m. yesterday. Indication of scammers. I don't answer and block after 6 p.m. Okay. Yeah, I've gotten calls after 9, but very infrequently. Usually by 8, they're wrapping up. Usually I don't expect any calls after 8. So Ronald says, same here. This Costanza says, healthcare is a scam in itself. The CEO of United Healthcare was assassinated too. Yes, that story continues to evolve. More and more stuff keeps getting out about that. A lot of people are suggesting that it was a professional hit. If it was a professional hit, the guy never would have let his face be seen, and supposedly has happened. So who knows? Lydia says, sometimes I get calls every 5 minutes. What do I do? You can turn your phone off. That's really all I could suggest. I don't actively do anything to stop scam calls because I try to get as many as I can. So I don't have any apps. I don't do any blocking. I don't do, I try to answer every single call that comes in on my phone and have fun doing it. If you want to stop scammers from calling you, I really don't know the best way to tell you how to handle it. I've had some people suggest that just by not answering them, if you don't answer, they won't keep calling. But I don't know if that actually works or not, to be honest with you. So changing your number is not going to make a difference either, because a lot of them are on random auto dialers. So they just randomly dial numbers one after another. They're eventually going to find your number and hit it and call you. So changing your number might not make a difference. Ronald says, block them. You can do that, but they always they always spoof other people's numbers. So it doesn't matter if you block them or not. That's not who actually is trying to call you. They're spoofing numbers. Avery, I had one the other day. I was like thrilled. I couldn't wait for whoever was going to talk because the business name that came up on the phone was U.S. Navy. And I was like, hot damn. And nobody was there. I was like, I'm waiting for them to say they're calling from Medicare or a funeral expense company, because I was like, ooh, U.S. Navy, very cool. But no, nobody was there. But
shame.
If you get that call from the U.S. Navy, are you going to block it? I mean, I don't know if they're ever actually going to really try to call you, but you could be blocking valid numbers, Manuel says it's to Costanza, good evening. Boomer says hi to Lydia. Manuel says hello to Tarkorf. Richard's here. Richard says, I had a customer service person whose name was Princess Kitten. I hate to say this, but I can absolutely 100% believe that. How you doing, Richard? Hope everything's going good, my friend.
Hey, what's up, Richard?
Christina says, scammers asked me if I got my new yellow and blue Medicare card. Yellow and blue? I haven't heard that one. I've heard gold card, gold chip card. Manuel says, hey to Richard. Richard says, good evening, Drew and Avery. And hey there, Avery. Welcome, my friend. So good to hear from you.
What's up, man?
Sarah says, Drew, do you ever come to New England? I have family in New England, in the New England area. I have an aunt that lives in Rhode Island. I have aunts that live in Boston. And I used to have a buddy that lived in New York, and I went and visited him at least once a year, but haven't been there in a while. So I'm originally from New England. I was born. I couldn't say I was bred there, but I was born in Rhode Island. So technically a New Englandish state. I'm a damn Yankee. Hate to say it, guys. That's it. Christina says scammers are getting desperate. They usually do. We're getting close to the end of the year. When it comes to like the end of the month, I see a pickup of calls. When it gets close to the end of the year, same thing. They're trying to get quotas in, I guess. Screwing with Scammer says, I subscribe to the Redfin and they send me a lot of addresses. I give them a price range from $50K to $100K. So they really send me really trashed homes. Okay. Richard says hello to Manuel. Glass Bottles here says hello each and every one. Jim says, hey, the Glass Bottle. Christina says, Costanza, did he have pre-auth for medical services? Manuel says, hey to Glass Bottle. Lydia says, I work from home as a receptionist answering 80 plus calls a day, and I do not want to be on the phone for any reason after work. I do play with them sometimes. I'm assuming you're not using your personal phone for your work, right? I'm just assuming. But if you have a separate phone line, I understand that. That's like when my old job, I sat in front of the computer all damn day long, and my wife always could not understand why as soon as I was done with work, I was sitting in front of my computer all damn night long. But that's just what you do. But when you're on the phone all day, you don't want to be on the phone any further afterwards, you know? I understand that completely. But it is fun to screw with scammers. Boomer says, I want more scammers to call me, but I think they get wise to me because of the answers I give. Well, you guys have seen the videos that I make. I've been screwing and messing and wasting their time for years, and they still call every single day. I mean, I don't honestly know what's worse, the fact that they call all the time or the fact that they try the same stuff every single time. But, oh well. Sarah says, call James. Oh, I haven't called him. I haven't tried calling him in a long time. Last time I tried calling him on a Saturday night, he was sleeping. So he probably wouldn't answer the phone. Richard says, I just don't answer if I don't know the number. Sometimes that's exactly what you need to do. Boomer says, hi to Glass Bottle. Glass Bottle says, we know today is the last day for the Medicare. Yep. Sarah says, where in Rhode Island were you born? My sister lives in Harrington. Where was I born? What was the city? Oh, Criminy Crim. Warwick, Rhode Island is where I was born. My parents tell me we did not live there very long, so I was born there, but it was never really my hometown. My dad was in the military, was in the Navy, and we moved like a few months after I was born, so I never really lived there. So it was funny when I was in Pee Wee. I was in baseball. I played baseball. They made baseball cards with our pictures from the teams, and they asked for everybody's hometown. And my mom's like, well, what do I put? Because he really doesn't have a hometown. He was born there, but he never actually, lived there. He never put his feet on the ground anywhere near that in that city. So, because I was long gone before I had a chance to walk. So, but yeah. Screwing with Scammer says, I welcome all the scammers' calls. I am retired, so literally I'm sitting around waiting for scammers to call me. Yeah, it feels like that sometimes, doesn't it? Sarah says, Barrington. Okay. Lydia says, no company phone for work. My cell phone is next to me. Gotcha. In my old job, the one that I've been retired from for several months now, and still happy about that. I am still thrilled about that. Every call we made business related, we did through Teams. So we really rarely ever used our own personal phones. It's one of the reasons why I'd be talking to somebody on Teams and, got a scam call coming in. That happened a lot. I'd be on a team meeting with my other coworkers, and my phone would start ringing, and they'd be like, "Is it another scam call, Andrew?" And I said, "Yep, sure is." Now I just take scam calls. Christina says, it's eggnog season. I look forward to it. I've been picking up the eggnog for the wife, and she's been loving it. Especially the, what's the one brand? The Southern Comfort one. They have regular, original, and then they have the vanilla spice one. And I asked my wife, I says, which one do you prefer? And she says, yep. She has no preference. She doesn't care. She likes them both. Dennis is here. Hey, Dennis, my Samsung phone has the option to allow known numbers only. It shows possible scam calls, and you can check them out. Okay, that's good. What kind of phone do I have? I don't remember. I don't think it might be. I know. I think it was mine's a Motorola. That's right. Hello, Moto. My wife's phone is a Samsung. That's right. So I'm not sure if it has that option or not, but it probably does. Tarkor says, I block valid business numbers just on the phone. If no name attached, even valid numbers can be network blocked. Okay. Sarah says, if you get up on the East Coast and come visit me in Connecticut. Okay. Well, you never know. We used to make a yearly trip to New York for the New York Comic Con. Haven't been there in a couple of years, but you never know. We might actually make it up to New York and that in the New England area again. If I do, we're definitely going to have to live stream, and then we'll definitely have to try to do a meetup or some type. It's funny. I mean, you guys know I have a small business here in town. I've actually had people that have followed me on the Scam channel come to my store, and there's at least two people I know. One regular that's from town that comes in. Actually, he came in this morning, and we were chit-chatting about scam calls, and then I've had other people come and visit, so it's a wonderful thing. Jim says Medicare scammers called me last week, asked for my name. I told him Falcon Tire. He paused, then he hung up. Well, sometimes they have no imagination. They don't want to play. Crossing Dream says, hello, hope you're having a good night. Love your videos. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate you joining. Manuel says, hello to Dennis. Manuel says, Crossing Dreams, happy Saturday. Lydia says, that's funny, Jim. Trevor says, I live in Europe. It's always the tone of voice that these scammers use pretending to such high-end firms such as PayPal is always a huge tell when they ask them questions and that they should have already. That is true. I think it's funny just asking them very simple questions. Sometimes it's as simple as, who are you calling for? What did you say your name was? What company did you say you work for? And they will freak out and not know how to answer and hang up. And I think it's crazy. I have yet to get, let me rephrase this. I was going to say an intelligent scammer. I've gotten smart-ass scammers before, and they're usually a lot of fun. But I don't know if I could tell you I've ever gotten a really smart scammer. And what I mean by smart is somebody who can roll with the questions and give you, even if they're lies, good responses to questions to the point where you can almost believe they're telling the truth about what they're saying. I don't think the funny thing is, and maybe I'm going to screw this up by saying this, but I don't think these call centers, scammer call centers, prepare their people for questions. They tell them, read the script, get the information, and that's all they tell them. I'm sure there's probably more to it, but I guarantee you that the bottom line is read the script, get the information. And they don't tell them how to answer questions. They don't prepare them to think on their feet because, heaven forbid, they can't do it, which is even funnier. The fact that they're not smart enough to answer on the fly questions.
That's sounds pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's funny though.
Yeah,
it's so true, but it's funny
because some simple questions really trip them up bad.
Oh yeah. I absolutely, I love it when I get somebody who'll say something and then you'll ask them to repeat it and then they get lost in their script and will say something completely different.
Yeah.
I've had that happen before. It's like, wait a minute, I thought you said you were from this company, or I thought you said your name was this, Wonderful. Jim says, my phone is a Motorola too, Drew. Excellent. I'm okay. I like my Motorola. I've had this one for a little while now. I like it. If I had to get a new one, I'd probably get another cheap ass phone like that. Just simply because I don't like spending a lot of money on my phones. Just simply because I hate spending money on something like that. But oh well. Glass Bottle says many spoof numbers are legit or have Chinese languages when you Google the number. Manuel says, hey to Treva. Screwing with Scammer says, more scam calls come to the landline than the cell phones. Mrs. Screws with Scammers gets her fair share of calls on her cell. She's tired of videos she tries to video her calls. A few are posted on our channel. Well, Screwing with Scammers, what I do is I actually have it so that my wife's phone, after 5 seconds, forwards to me. So I get all of her calls as well as all of mine. And honestly, it makes it easier. The only bad part is when I'm trying to call her and it comes back to me, it goes to voicemail and it's really annoying. But usually she's at home. So I know if I can't reach her by her cell phone, I call the home number. I've thought about having the home number also forward to me, but then that would make it impossible for anybody to contact my wife or my mother-in-law because all the calls would come to me. And yeah, that's when it comes to scam calls, it's fantastic. When it comes to my daughter trying to reach my wife and getting me every single time, it's frustrating. So just something to consider. Trevor says, hey to Manuel. Screwing with Scammer says, don't forget to like the live stream video. Oh, yeah. If you can, please like. I always forget to mention that. I appreciate you guys out there. Glass Bottle says, when scammers call me with legit numbers with a victim's name, I ask if so and so is there. That's good. I've been getting more and more calls where it comes up as a business name, but the person who's talking is not identifying from that business. They're from another. They're claiming to be from something else. I always find it funny that they use a business number as the spoof number, because I believe they can choose which number shows up on your phone, which number they're claiming to be calling from. Why they would choose a business that has nothing to do with them is crazy. But then again, a little bit of I have one time gotten a call from a pharmacy scammer where it actually came up, the number came up as Walgreens. They didn't identify themselves as calling from Walgreens. They were some type of pharmacy alliance or something, but they at least put a little bit of effort into making it look like they were calling from a pharmacy, which I thought was great. It was a good try. Glass Bottle says there. Okay. Lydia says, I tried that too. Christina says, scammers don't know how to go off script. Part of it is the culture too. That is true. The Glass Bottle says, we will get calls from scammers just for watching the live stream. Laugh out loud. Probably. My wife always jokes with me and says, if you're running low on calls, I'll start Googling stuff. Because she'll go and she'll Google stuff and we'll get calls. It just always happens. Almost as if Google might be selling your contact information to scammers and people who...
Yes.
That seems so downright nasty, but it's probably definitely true.
Well, here's the deal. It's not just Google. It's every app on your phone.
Yes. Yes.
Every app on your phone is listening into what you say.
Yep.
They're looking at what you search.
Facebook, Instagram, everything.
Yeah, they're all spying on you.
Yep. And most people don't realize it, but you're letting them do it. VPNs and what's the other one? What's the Google?
They've got back doors for that too. It's built in. It's all built in.
Screwing with Scammers says Mrs. Screws with Scammers has fun wasting scammers' time too. Excellent. My wife does not enjoy messing with scammers.
Like they've had these security leaks where the Chinese got into some people in our government's phones and stuff, right? And how they did it, the Chinese did it, is through the back doors the government makes all these companies put in your computers and in your phone.
Yep. There's somebody watching everything you're doing, whether it's a real person or a computer program or something. There's somebody out there watching
everything you do and say.
Yep. That's why every now and then you should say something like just to try to throw them off.
Yeah.
Get yourself into trouble. Lydia says, just saw a missed call at 7:36 p.m. Central. Sarah says, Avery, when can we see your face? You guys don't want to see his face. Do you? Really? Avery, your picture's out there somewhere, right? I know it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's old pictures of me like from back when I lost the weight on Instagram.
Yeah, he's out there.
There's pictures on my Facebook.
Yeah. See, I never tried to hide my anonymity. Is that the right way to put it?
Yeah. I just don't want to like sit on camera and try to be presentable.
Yeah, he could be sitting there in his underwear for all we know, you know? I could be sitting here in my underwear for all you guys know. As long as I don't stand up, you'll never know.
Donald Duck in it. He's Donald Duck in it.
Here's the thing, just so you guys know. For years, I would get up, jump in the shower, get dressed, and start my day. I do that every single morning. I do not sit in front of my computer unless I've had a shower and gotten fully dressed. It's just routine. It's one of those routines. So, my wife thinks it's funny, but there are times where we'll have dinner, and then I'll say, I've got to make a video for tomorrow, but I'm so tired. I want to go close my eyes. So she said, okay, go ahead, go close your eyes. And next thing I know, it's 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and I get up and I come in here to make a video, and I get fully dressed, and I'm, sometimes I'll even take a shower before I start just to wake myself up. But I'm not a lounge around the house type of person. I put socks and shoes on every morning, even if I'm just in the house. So it's just, yeah. You guys are never going to catch me in front of this computer in my tidy whities. It's just not going to happen. Once again, that's for my OnlyFans page. Trevor says, the fact that these scammers target the most vulnerable every opportunity to waste their time and play with them at their game is worth it. Abso-freaking-lutely. I agree with you 100%. Tarkor says, I think it's the lack of conversational English. They can't answer anything that deviates from their script, the script center line. Probably very true, but I think a lot of them, they panic when you ask them a question, and I think it's hilarious. Jim says, every time a scammer is reading his script, I keep saying, wait, what? And they hang up. That's a good way to do it. BB's here. Hey, BB, how's it going? Says hello to everyone. Jim says, hey to BB. BB says, just got home from the German Christmas concert. A German Christmas concert. Okay, excellent. Glenn let me know ahead of time he wasn't going to be here tonight because he's singing in his they're doing the Christmas choir tonight. And I'm like, very good, man. Very good. I'm looking forward. He, by the way, is working on a Christmas carol, a scammer Christmas carol for Betty to sing that I'm going to animate. I'm hoping to have it done by Christmas, so it'll be a little treat for everybody on Christmas. But he gave me the first draft of a Christmas carol that he wrote, and he knocked it out of the park. He did it great the first try. He says he still wants to tweak it a little bit, which is cool, but I'm much more talented than I ever am, ever was, ever will be. So it's a good thing. Manuel says, hey to BB. Lydia says, yep, as soon as I clocked out for lunch, boom call. They know my schedule. BB says, hey to Jim and hey to Manuel. It's a Costanza says, some scammers call you in the bathroom naked. In their bathroom naked. Well, I have answered the phone while I was in the bathroom, but luckily I've never, ever shared one of those recordings. So it has happened. It has happened. But yeah, that's just a little too much, even for me. But if it was a good call and it started in the bathroom, I would definitely share it with you. But it has never happened. So.
Oh, that'd be funny, man. To just make.
No, I will tell you.
Making porcelain chili in the background.
I will tell you, I have while I'm at the store. If I'm at the store during the week when nobody else is there, I will answer my phone and screw with scammers and so forth. But I have taken my phone into the bathroom with me and answered the phone while I'm there. But I've never had a call good enough to actually share what happens. Guys, I know that's bad. I know that sounds bad, but I'm serious. Ronald says, I do the same thing myself. BB says, scammers called me a few days ago, said he was from my TV service. Yep, getting those again. Asked if I was watching anything, and I said, yes, scammer payback. It's very interesting. He says, oh, and hung up real quick. That's funny. Brenda says, like, please. Oh, absolutely. BB says, hey to Misfit Corner Scams. Welcome, BB. Manuel says, my friend Drew, my doctor appointment was great, and my doctor discharged me because my leg is healed. Fantastic. That sounds wonderful. Very good, Manuel. Very good. Ronald says, okay, take care, my friends. Merry Christmas. Absolutely, you as well. Christina says, is Betty singing tonight too? Well, I'm pretty sure Glenn has a much better singing voice than Betty does. But I'm looking forward to seeing what Betty ends up producing for us. Manuel says, it was this Thursday. Oh, this Tuesday. Okay. Christina says, hey to Manuel. BB says, 'tis the season to avoid scams. What kind of fools do you think I am? Laugh out loud. Manuel says, I like Betty's videos. Awesome, Glenn. Yes, I've got to work on some because he sent me so many recordings. He's got two of them. One that's over an hour long and another one that's like 42 minutes long. So we'll see. I haven't listened to them, so I don't know exactly what happens in them. But those are definitely going to be made into videos at some point. Charlie's here and says hi to everyone. Welcome. Manuel says hey to Charles. Glass Bottle says scammers don't have toilets, just holes in the floor to dump in the streets. Oh, goodness gracious. Screwing with Scammers says, I shared an audio call where I was in the bathroom. I told the scammers I was on the spitter. Okay. And BB says, so glad to know the leg is healed, Manuel. That's great news. All right. Excellent. I wanted to share a quick comment that I got. And I find it funny. I find it funny when people leave comments, and I find them interesting. This one was very funny in the fact that he says, the audio in this video is a scam. Okay? Extra cringe points for the weirdo hoarder sitting sitting there staring into the camera making faces. Okay, now first off, as you guys know, if I'm in front of my computer and I get a call, I record a video of me making the call. But if I'm not in front of the video, my computer, I record the call on my phone, and then I will add a video to the audio file at a later time. And that's what this video was. It was me reacting to my own call. So sitting there making faces. Yeah, okay. So that's what I end up having to do. Would you guys, at one point in my videos, which were audio only, I had like an audio wave line. So it was a black screen with a line, an audio wave, and that was it. And I don't know if I didn't think that was worth watching. You know, it wasn't, if you're listening it on audio only, because I know some people do listen audio only. They're not looking at the video to begin with. So, the experience is exactly the same. But for somebody watching the video, at least me making faces is giving you something, But I responded to this person. Oh no, you crushed me. I'm defeated. I'm done. He. Thanks for checking out the video. Weirdo hoarder? That's a new one, but I guess I'll take it. Now, I'm assuming that the comment weirdo hoarder comes from the fact that I look like I'm in like a stock room. But the honest truth is I have a small business and I rotate my inventory. I inventory my stuff in my office and then move it to the store and so forth. So I literally am recording from like my storage area. This is where I end up storing. I have boxes behind me and comics behind me and other stuff behind me. I mean, I literally, you guys can't see it, but I have like 5 boxes of magic cards sitting on the floor directly behind me because I'm in the process of organizing them. So, I mean, yes, maybe this area looks like I'm a hoarder, but really? Weirdo? I mean, okay, sure. Maybe I am a little weird, but that's fine. But I didn't understand the guy's first comment, which was the audio in this video is a scam. What the heck does that mean? And that's what I actually asked him. I said, the audio is a scam. What the heck does that mean? And then, of course, I go into explaining, sometimes I have to, answer the phone and record it with the phone and add video to it later. But I asked him to please enlighten me. How is my audio a scam? And the person hasn't yet responded. Now, normally, a lot of these comments, I look at the person who made the comment, come to find out they're brand new to YouTube. They just created an account last month or something like that. No, this guy's been around for years. He has his own channel, has nothing to do with scam calls. It's whatever it is he does not intersect with scam calls whatsoever. And he makes maybe one video a month. And I'm thinking to myself, is this person just trying to get attention? Because guess what? I'm not going to give it to him by showing you his name or anything. But it's just so weird how people... I get concerned when people leave a comment that makes no sense at all. And this is a good example. The audio in this video is a scam. What the hell does that mean? A little bit more information. Please, I'm begging you. Calling me a weirdo hoarder? Okay, whatever. I guess that's fine. But what the heck did he mean by this audio of this video is a scam? Makes no sense. Anyway, so I wanted to share that one. That's the only one I got that was of any interest to share this week. I mean, I had a couple that I read the comments out to Todd and the guys who are more familiar with like crypto and stuff like that. And Todd explained to me that the person who left the message about their wallet, their ODCY wallet or whatever, it's some type of scam in which they're trying to get somebody to log into their account or information so that they can steal money from you. And I'm like, okay, well, we're definitely going to delete those messages. They're not worth sharing, but anyway, that's fine. All right, back to the comments. Christina says, glass bottle, you've been to India? ? Manuel says, oh, thank you so much, BB. BB says, hi, Screwing with Scammers. Screwing with Scammers says, hi to BB. Christina says, what are you hoarding? Phone calls? Maybe. BB says, don't feed the trolls, Drew. I think they just want to get a reaction from you. Well, that's true, but I don't mind giving them a reaction, but they may not be the reaction they wanted. This person may have wanted their name to get out there or their channel to be out there. Well, I'm not going to show it. So Glass Bottle says to Christina, but it's the most dirtiest country in the world, and any humans must avoid that country. I've heard that as well. Glass Bottle says to Christina, 99% of the people are scammers, and they can never provide a human wrong. And they can never prove a human wrong. Not sure what that means, but okay. Imagine 916 says he's probably a scammer himself. Possibly. Sarah says he's just jealous. Maybe. Manuel says, good evening to Image 916. Screwing with Scammer says, that's a great name for a new channel of yours. Weirdo Scammer. I like Weirdo Hoarder. Weirdo Hoarder Scammer, maybe? I don't know, maybe. The Lady P's here. Hey, she says, hello, everybody. Welcome. BB says, yes, I agree with Sarah. Probably just jealous. Jim says, don't play into these trolls, Drew. They're looking for attention or pick fights. That's true. Banner says, hey to the Lady P. BB says, good for you, Drew. Lady P says, hi to Manuel and hi to Jim. And Jim says, hey to the Lady P. And the Lady P says, just got home from bowling. Fantastic. Hey. Never mind. It just went in and out of my mind. Not important. Christina says, watch out for falling iguanas, Drew. Falling iguanas. Do we have falling? I don't think I've seen. Do you know where I saw an iguanas at? Where they were out and about, where you could see them pretty much everywhere you went? That was Aruba. I don't see iguanas in Florida very often at all, but in Aruba, they were all over the place. You see them just scurrying across the road and everything.
There is parts of Florida, they're everywhere.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen any.
South Florida.
Well, I'm not in South Florida. I'm in North Florida.
No, you're basically in South Georgia.
Yeah. I'm in the best part of Florida. Right on the edge of Georgia. Oh, you got anything interesting happening this week, man?
No.
No?
No.
I kind of want you to open your box like live on a stream or something. The one I just sent you.
I don't have anything set up for that.
Okay. Well, that's all right. I wanted to see your response. Well, I don't know if you want to save it till Thursday. Supposedly the post office said you should get it by Monday. So
okay,
that'd
cool.
be nice. That'd be nice if you do, but
yeah,
that's from me and Richard.
Awesome.
And I threw a couple extra things in there, so I can't wait for you to see them. See what you think.
All right.
Let's see. Okay, we're gonna wrap up here in just a second. Christina says lots in South Florida. Talking about the iguanas. Imagine 916 says Miami has iguanas. Okay. The only time I was ever in Miami, I was there for a very short amount of time. I went to a convention, and I didn't stay. I went to the convention, and then when I was done, I went home. So I didn't stay in Miami for very long at all. Finn says, just got here. Can you start all over? Yes, we're going to start all over again. Hey, everybody. Welcome. The Lady P
and
says,
good night.
The Lady P says, I saw a little lizard in Florida. Haven't been back since. Now we get not iguanas, but we get those little, what do they call them? The little ones that are everywhere. They're not iguanas. They're
I forgot what type of lizard they are, but there's the little lizards and there's geckos everywhere.
Geckos. There are geckos all over the place. Yes.
There's geckos and there's just those little lizards.
Yeah.
Also are everywhere.
We get some of those geckos get pretty big too.
Yeah.
But they're not iguanas.
The geckos are fun. They eat a lot of bugs.
Yeah. And we don't mind having them. They're all over the place. I always find it funny on a nice hot day. You'll go out and you'll walk down the sidewalk and you'll see them scurrying off the sidewalk because they're all lounging out in the sun.
Yeah.
But yeah, they see you come and they move. And it's just funny when you see lots of them moving. It's a funny thing. Christina says tree roof of houses and barns. They all, let me reread this. Trees, roof of houses, and barn. They are all the tomatoes. I'm not sure what Christine is trying to say there. Jim says, hey to the Lady P. Manuel says, hey to Finn. Christina says, 8. Oh, they ate all the tomatoes. Oh, okay. They ate all the tomatoes, not are all the tomatoes. Gotcha. Lydia says, good night. Good night. Trevor says, please, to have caught your live. Keep up on keeping on Feliz Navidad and keep on their necks. Okay. Imagine says, salamanders. Yes, we get those too. Lady P says, when I was a little girl, we went to Wisconsin Dells. A daddy longlegs jumped on me. I haven't been there either. Christina says, flying cockroaches. We have palmetto bugs, which are, they can get very, very large. Sarah says, Drew, do you get alligators in your yard? I saw a lot of alligator alley. We have had an alligator in the pond behind us before, but it's been years since that happened. Charles says, I can't wait. Then the scams can answer the questions you have to say. That'd be wonderful if they could, but they won't. Jim says to the Lady P, my mom seen a daddy logleg years ago and ran out of the house. And Tim says, good night all. All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your weekend. And everybody be safe this week. We do have lots more holidays coming up. Actually, we have 3 more holidays coming up, if you think about it. I don't consider my birthday a holiday, but in my eyes it is. So, yeah, technically we've got 3 holidays coming up. Everybody out there, be safe. We'll see you all next Saturday. Look forward to more calls. And there's a Betty. There's at least 1 or 2 Betty calls coming soon. I've got so many I've got to make into videos. But I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Everybody stay safe. Remember, as always, if you get calls like the ones I get, either hang up on them or screw with them like I do. And if you do screw with them, try to record it so that you can share it with everybody. Remember our golden rule, and Glenn lives it. Screw and share. Thank you, Avery, for joining me. I appreciate it, and we will see you.